Today is the 3rd of September 2017. I'll be talking to you today about Integrative Neuromuscular Training, or INT. My objective is to introduce you to INT and then tell you the benefits of rock climbing so that rock climbing can be used as one of the means to promote an INT program. The overview, I'm going to talk about INT, what it is, the problem that we have in our society, the solution, and then I'm going to talk about the rock climbing skills from supplemental training to rock climbing itself and how that relates to INT, Integrated Neuromuscular Training. That is a holistic, integrated, we take many parts, put them together, it becomes a very synergistic approach to training that focuses on fundamental movement skills, strength and conditioning, tasks and activities that are related to strength and conditioning, dynamic stability training, and someone is texting me right now, thank you very much, core strength, plyometrics, and agility training. The goal is for INT is fitness, increased performance, and injury resilience. They have found in studies with women, especially in the study, that they can reduce ACL injuries by 72% by developing our young kids from the age of 6 to 12, and when they're teenagers, they're less likely to be injured during athletics. And I'm also going to integrate the mental side into this as well. We're in my garage here. I've got a rock climbing wall kind of here. I'm working on different means to train myself actually, and I've brought a couple of kids in here the other day, and one of them I'm going to take to the gym tomorrow, and she just naturally climbed all over this wall, and she was motivated to do more, and she had never climbed in her life, and here I am with this makeshift wall, and she's climbing up to the ceiling, and she's saying, give me more. So I'm going to take her to the rock climbing gym tomorrow. INT is a solution to our problem. It's obvious when you go to the grocery store, you go out in public, get on an airplane, and see all the fat people. I'm sorry, but when I was a kid, there was very few people. So there's a problem in our society today, and over 30% of kids are already on their way to disease and all kinds of things that just reduce their lifespan, reduce their performance, and reduce their ability to have an abundant life. So rock climbing, no, that's not the only thing out there, but it is a very good one. And I learned that last year when I was on the side of the wall at Auburn University, and I had to use all the mental training tools from goal setting to deep relaxation breathing to imagery and to self-talk, positive self-talk, when I was climbing. And I go, this is a means to train people mentally, but it's also a way to train physically, because INT focuses on 6 core components. Dynamic stabilization, that's the core strength. Core is important. Every single move on this wall, every time that I do anything up here, I am twisting in, I'm using my core. Yes, I use my legs, my arms are straight, which takes a lot of pressure off. But the core, dynamic stabilization, if you build that, especially for women, you can reduce the ACL injuries. And for the 6 to 12 year group, if you develop that, then when they're teenagers and they're playing basketball or soccer or softball or whatever it is, they're less likely to hurt themselves, especially knee injuries. Coordination. It takes coordination to dance on this wall. One of the core techniques is quiet feet. Now, this is not quiet feet, obviously, but you want to be able to twist and you want to do it quietly, because if you're fumbling around and you're all over the place, because you climb on your big toe, so you're twisting on your big toe, and you try to keep that quiet, because that's coordination, okay, and agility. Strength. It takes strength to do rock climbing, especially forearm strength, finger strength you have to develop. It takes several years to develop the tendons. Plyometrics. Jump rope is a plyometric move. I do about 1,000 of these every other day, just to do this. I also do P90X plyometrics, which it burns calories, it allows you to jump, it builds strength in your legs, it works your core, again, dynamic stabilization, it's intertwined in there. Speed and agility. When you first start out, obviously, just like in the fits stages of learning, you're slow, you're a little clumsy. So as you learn how to rock climb, you'll become faster at it. And there takes agility because you've got to aim. You don't want to do this, this, this. You want to go one time there. And most people do it very, very smoothly. Right. They touch it exactly where they want it, and then they don't change it. You stick to what you have the first time. Fatigue resistance. It takes, you have to build endurance. And I'll go to the rock climbing gym for 2 hours and work on endurance. And I'm sweaty, my hands are tired, sometimes you rip a callus. So, and then you got the mental side, which is so, so important in any kind of sport. So rock climbing builds these 6 core components, and it can be translated into any other sport. You can take it on to football, basketball, baseball, soccer, softball, whatever it is. I got 15 seconds. Thank you so much for letting me come into your life today to tell you about integrated neuromuscular training. Give rock climbing a chance.